Lithuania, a small Baltic nation, made headlines in 2021 by allowing Taiwan to open a representative office in Vilnius, using the name Taiwanese instead of Taipei. This seemingly minor detail was a direct challenge to Beijing's One China principle, which claims Taiwan as part of China. Lithuania's move broke with the diplomatic caution of most countries, setting up a confrontation with a global superpower. The decision wasn't sudden. Lithuania's hopes for economic partnership with China had faded and security concerns were rising. The government removed Huawei from its networks and tightened rules on foreign investment, signaling a clear shift. Lithuania's history under Soviet rule shaped its foreign policy, prioritizing democracy, sovereignty, and resistance to authoritarianism. Supporting Taiwan became a way to reaffirm its own identity and values on the world stage. This bold stance made Lithuania an unlikely leader in the EU, sparking debate about how Europe should handle China's influence. Lithuania's actions challenged the EU to find a more unified, resilient approach to global powers. The move tested European solidarity and resolve. It was a real-world example of values-driven foreign policy. China's response was swift and punishing. Beijing downgraded diplomatic ties and erased Lithuania from its customs system, blocking all imports. Lithuanian exporters faced a sudden crisis as their goods were shut out of China's massive market. China pressured global companies to cut Lithuanian suppliers, threatening access to its market for anyone who didn't comply. This economic coercion exposed vulnerabilities in the EU's single market, disrupting supply chains across Europe. The EU realized how economic interdependence could be weaponized. Lithuania, despite real economic pain, held firm and sought new markets with help from allies like the US. Its resilience became a symbol, inspiring a tougher European stance on China. The episode showed that even small countries with support could stand up to a superpower. The EU was forced to act after China's economic attack on Lithuania. Brussels launched a WTO case against China and began developing the anti-coercion instrument to counter economic intimidation. The Lithuania-China dispute accelerated a shift in Europe's view of Beijing, from partner to systemic rival. China's support for Russia after the Ukraine invasion deepened mistrust. EU leaders grew wary of Beijing's alignment with Moscow and its challenge to the rules-based order. High-level meetings became tense, with open criticism of China's trade practices and human rights record. The EU strengthened alliances with the US and other democracies, prioritizing security and economic resilience. The conflict over Lithuania pushed the EU toward a more unified, assertive foreign policy. Europe began de-risking, reducing critical dependencies on China without full decoupling. As tensions peaked, a new crisis erupted. Undersea cables and a gas pipeline in the Baltic Sea were damaged. Investigations pointed to a Chinese container ship in the area, raising fears of sabotage. The incident amplified European concerns about China's intentions and presence in sensitive regions. Trust eroded further, making cooperation with China increasingly difficult. Lithuania expelled Chinese diplomats. Beijing responded with condemnation. The dispute became a symbolic clash of values and power, but both sides quietly recognized the costs. The world watched, searching for lessons in managing complex relations with an assertive China. Today, February 5, 2026, signs of a diplomatic thaw are emerging. Lithuania's government is seeking to restore ties with China, signaling the toll of prolonged confrontation. The move highlights the dilemma for small states, balancing democratic principles with economic survival. For China, it's a potential win. For Lithuania's allies, it raises questions about the limits of values-based foreign policy. Restoring relations will require careful diplomacy, with both sides seeking concessions. The outcome will be closely watched as a case study for small nations navigating great power politics. Lithuania's story reveals the risks and challenges of charting an independent course. The final result will shape future global diplomacy for countries facing similar choices.